Buff Nation, what is going on, guys? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I've been needing to do a reaction to our lads 2025 starting lineup predictions and depth chart for both the offense and defense. But today I thought, we'll split this up into two. We'll see how long this goes. We'll cover the offense, where I think they got it right, where I think they got it wrong, where I'm planting my flag on guys that I think are going to have substantial roles in the offense this year, and much, much more. So, y'all know the drill. Smash that like. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. I'll get to that here in just a bit. And let me fix my name here. Extend Coach Hart. Where's the Coach Hart extension? That's what we're all wondering for this off season. But let's go ahead and get started. Our lads put this out here, and I'm just going to give you my initial reaction. Okay. So, in terms of the starting wide receivers right here, you got the X being Omarion Miller. Yes, he is wide receiver one. He is him. Absolutely. Then you got Joseph Williams, the Z. That's how it should be. Joseph Williams, Omarion Miller, and then Drelon Miller in the slot. Those are our top three wide receivers. No doubt about it. Now, this is where things get a little crazy. Okay. When you get to the depth of what they've kind of thrown in here. And guys, just so you know, here on the right, that's just departing players. But yeah, I don't think Terrell Timmons is just going to let every single freshman just overtake him on the depth chart. No, I think he'll definitely be involved in the offense this year. But hey, maybe our true freshmen, Quentin Gibson, Adrian Wilson, Quanell X Farrakhan Jr., maybe they all are just him. Cam McKell, I think he's going to have something to say about being behind a bunch of true freshmen too. I don't like that. Right now, if I had to predict it, it would be we would see these three receivers in the starting lineup. Let me get my tool out, my marker. These three wide receivers here involved, as well as, guys who are a little bit more seasoned in college, being those top 5 wide receivers. Then after that, who's going to be the next guy involved in the offense? Quentin Gibson, he's a fun guy to watch. No doubt about it. Is he him? I think he might be. So that's kind of how I'm reacting right now to what they have for the wide receiver room. Okay. We'll save the offensive line for last. Let's talk about this tight end group. Okay. Right now. We brought in Zach Atkins, from Division II. Very excited to have him here. Mainly because he's a real tight end, and he plays tight end, and he can both block and catch. Now, how much involved is he going to be in the passing game? We'll have to see. But he's definitely a lot more comfortable and just good at running routes compared to Savell Smalls and Sam Hart. We haven't really seen much of him at all. And then we also have our freshman, Corbin Lejour, as well as why am I forgetting his first name? But D'Souza, out from Lovin, Colorado. For some reason, our lads didn't include these gentlemen on the depth chart, and I didn't like that. I didn't like it. You went through and included all these wide receivers, these freshman wide receivers. You didn't care to put our true freshman tight ends on the depth chart. What's up with that? Is it just because they're not part of the 3 deep? I guess maybe. I don't like it. But anyways, guys, I know Sam Hart. He's an older guy, but we just haven't seen him play. Savell Smalls, we need to do better than Savell Smalls right now. No offense to him, but he needs to be like our 4th string tight end right now. I think that we're in position where we need a healthy season from Sam Hart, and we need those D'Souza, Corbin Lejour. We need those guys to step up and play roles. Zach Atkins is going to be that guy this year. Okay. But I'm expecting multiple tight end formations this year, much heavier than what we saw last year. Okay. I am. So that's what I had to think about the tight end position. Now, when it comes to the quarterback position, this is interesting. Our lads is on the I guess the same train I am right now. You got Kaidon Salter as the starting quarterback. I think Julian Lewis, he's going to have to not play Kaidon Salter even. He's going to have to be substantially better than Kaidon Salter in practice in order to take his job. I think so. Because again, coming in here with the veteran experience, don't let the commenters in these videos make you believe the fake news that Kaidon Salter struggled at the FBS level at Liberty. No, he led them to an undefeated season in 2023 and was responsible for what, almost 4,000 all-purpose yards? Are you kidding me? Now, I don't know if any of these guys we got on the roster right now would be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft tomorrow. No, we don't have that luxury this year, but we have some very good quarterbacks. Kaidon Salter being the starting quarterback this year, whereas Julian Lewis, if things go wrong, he'll get his opportunity. I don't think they'll go wrong, but Julian Lewis he's gonna win us the national championship. That's how I feel about it. He is, the chosen one. And we care about Julian Lewis so much that we are not going to throw him behind a work in progress offensive line with a new offensive line coach yet again with us as a 17-year-old. We're just not going to do that. We care about Julian Lewis too much. See? You guys say, I don't like Julian Lewis. I love Julian Lewis. Okay? We love him so much, we're not going to get him killed behind this line as a 17-year-old. No, that's why we brought in Kaidon Salter. Sorry, bro, you got to take the hits. Sorry, bro, you got to run around and do all this stuff. Okay? That's why we brought him in. He's going to make this offensive line look amazing. Okay? We'll get to the offensive line last, like I said. Now we got the running backs, okay? Oh, and shout out to Dominique Ponder, DP. His nickname's DP. That's awesome. Yeah, he's also on this depth chart. Now Ryan stops sticking around. He won't go away. We'll see what happens there. But with the running back room, this is going to be interesting. I think Isaiah Augusta is going to be that guy. But I honestly have no idea how this room's going to turn out. No idea. Dallin Hayden could be unlocked under Marshall Faulk. But you could say that for all these guys as well. Michael Welsh, Brandon Hood. Yeah, Isaiah Augusta. But right now, if I'm saying, hey, we need to choose a starter right now, it's going with the most proven guy right now, and that is none other than Isaiah Augusta. Like, no doubt about it. He's my guy. But you love the flashes Michael Welsh showed. You loved what Dallin Hayden brought in the passing game. But, yeah, these guys need to continue to improve. And if we're not bringing in a back in the spring portal season, which I hope we are, yeah, we're going to need these guys to really look like different running backs altogether. No doubt about it. And I'm just very excited to see what Brandon Hood has to say about all this. You guys are making me believe. Okay, now with the offensive line, this is where things get interesting. All right, we're going to get into it. I guess we'll start with just the starting positions because I disagree with some of them on here. Okay. Jordan Seaton. This is one that I agree with. He shall be the starting left tackle. No explanation needed. Okay. Let me just check really quick because Zy Chrysler did not play left guard. No, he did not play left guard at Illinois. He was mainly a right guard. Boom. Zy Chrysler is going to be our starting right guard. All right. So then, are you saying, Dave, that Tyler Brown is going to left? No. Sorry, Tyler Brown, but those arms, they're just too short. Got to go. Right now, I think if the other guy we're going to have starting at guard is, man, it's probably either going to be Aki Ogunbaye or Kareem Harden. And right now, I'm going to go with the guy who's been here. and that is Kareem Harden into the left guard. And I know he like also played mainly right guard, but just let me have this, okay? Let me have this. Now let's get to center. Zarian McGill, okay? Um, a player that I think is going to provide fantastic depth and competition to Cash Cleveland, coming over here from Louisiana Tech. He's built well, over 300 pounds. Again, senior. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to a guy that I did not extend the benefit of the doubt to throughout most of the offseason last year as a walk on true freshman, saying he's not going to play. Well, he did so much throughout last year. I think even the staff seemed to be pretty surprised of just his development and leap that he took his freshman year. If he gets another one of those, if Cash Cleveland has another one of those, I don't know if this is going to be much of a conversation between Zarian McGill and Cash Cleveland, but I'm kind of switching up my opinion on this because when we signed Zarian McGill, I'm like, man, this guy's going to start at center. He's going to start. But then I started thinking more about it, and I'm like, why can't Cash Cleveland get better, huh? Why can't he get better? And then maybe Zarian McGill, maybe he competes for a guard position as well. I'm not really sure. It's going to be interesting to see how center shakes out with Zarian McGill and Cash Cleveland. Now, right tackle, this is where things, man, I don't really know. I've never really gotten confirmation from anybody that's like a real reporter on what happened to Philip Houston. But right now he's coming back. Can he add weight and not lose that speed? And again, he can be a liability in pass, but I don't know if he'll be as much of a liability in pass with Kaidon Salter. I just don't think so. And I think he was a tremendous help in our run game. I think he was. So right now, I think that he's going to be in line for the starting position right now. Granted, as long as his knee isn't absolutely torn up or his leg isn't, amputated or anything like that. And that means kind of Aki Ogunbaye is going to be one of those guys to be first off the bench, in my opinion, at tackle or guard. But let's see. Does Zach Owens have something to say this year about playing at guard? Chauncey Gooden played left guard in high school. I could see him becoming, a starter depending on how things go later on in the season, as well as Cardi Smith. They need to move him over here from left tackle into right tackle. That's where they need to move him. So, in summary, guys, this is starting lineup. Here are the changes that I have. Or we'll just go through and say if I agree or if I change it. Omarion Miller stays. Joseph Williams stays. Drelon Miller stays. Yes. Jordan Seaton, left tackle. Kareem Harden, left guard. Cash Cleveland, center. Zy Chrysler coming over here to right guard. And Philip Houston at right tackle. Tight end will be Zach Atkins. Quarterback, Kaidon Salter, and running back, Isaiah Augusta. But this one, I mean, it's just a huge question mark. I got no idea who's going to be the starter very well. Could be, anybody. Anybody. So we'll talk about defense later on. But I thought that this was a really interesting conversation point here before we start practices here in the coming weeks, which is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see what these guys look like in pads. But I'll get to a few of your comments. Again, be sure to join the chat if any. Wow, man, it's been a shorter. Man, we got one comment here from Joe Kidd saying Cam Michael third team is absolutely crazy. Yes, I agree. So our lads kind of threw this together. As you can tell, they got some guys kind of out of position, but I just don't see these two guys just already taken third team snaps with these guys. As much potential as they have, man, they're gonna have to prove it. They're really gonna have to prove it. They're gonna have to earn it. But right now, Cash Cleveland, can't wait to see what he does. And another off season with Philip Houston. Let's see if we can get him stronger. Again, I think he was a plus for us in the run game. One of the few offensive guys on that line that was a plus for us in the run game. Can we continue to work on his pass game as well? We'll see. Again, maybe with now 3 offensive line coaches, we can get all these guys right. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Joe Kid, appreciate it. I will be back with some more content tomorrow, guys. But yeah, especially if we got that Coach Hart extension announced soon. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go, Buffs.